Greetings, Roundup family. Greetings to you and yours. Greetings. I have been thinking about y'all. I can't come on here as much as I want to. I got a newborn baby. Edward, how you doing? My boy Dragon, what up? Got some good information for you today. I'm honored once again. This is the stuff that I live for. I love teaching about this stuff. We'll give everybody a few moments to log on in. We're going to go over land trusts, aka Grantor Revocable trusts. Same thing. I don't want you to put houses in your name or even in your company name anymore. I don't want you to do that, Roundup. Why? Because you don't have to do that. And I don't want people coming after you. I'm doing a deal now. The guy's got $80,000 in child support. Don't put the house in your name. Don't have to worry about the child support. Now, not saying I want you men to go around paying your child support. That's not what I'm saying at all. However, I am saying that you have to be careful when you buy a house. If you put the house in your name, all the crap comes with you. All the creditors, predators, bad dealings you got, mistakes you made in life. I just don't want that stuff haunting you like it did me years ago. Roundup, thanks for joining. And it took me 3 years to figure this out. I know you might be asking, Kris, why do you keep? It took me 3 years to figure this out. So my mission to shorten your learning curve on this thing so you can get out there, stop buying houses in your LLC. It's just another layer of protection. Let's do this. Roundup, welcome. I'm Kris Haskins. I will be your instructor today. This is my land trust masterclass. As we're trying to get out of this quarantine, my mission at Ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing, and I'm going to continue to do that, and entrepreneurship. Make sure you check out the channel. I got some powerful people that were on here over the last few weeks. Just my life has been in super high gear, baby, traveling, meeting people, hanging out with some major players. My life is in super high gear, and I get to share it with you. I'm honored. Okay, what are we doing today? Land trust, my land trust masterclass. I didn't even write it on the board. Golly. Sorry about that. Let me write it. What are we even doing here today? Why are we here? Okay. Why do I think this is so important for you? And I got to give you a disclaimer. Make sure you get your questions in the box, please. All questions about land trusts, put them in the box so we can cover them all. I will not leave until we've gone over all the questions. My disclaimer, I am not an attorney. I'm not an accountant. I'm not giving you any professional or legal advice. Do your own research like I did for 3 years before figuring this out. And now I get to teach you. Do your own research. Find out if this is for you. I like to operate in anonymity as my life is once again going in high gear. You think somebody might want to one day come after me? I've already planned for it. I'm already planning for it, So I got a bunch of insurance and I don't own anything other than the one house that I still need to get out of my name. All my stuff is in trust. We control it all, own nothing. So land trust masterclass today, my Roundup family. We're going to show you exactly how to set this thing up. Yes, you can go hire an attorney if you want. Probably going to cost you $1,000. But today, I want to show you how to do it so you don't have to hire an attorney. And if you go to the link in the video description, you can go ahead and download my trust agreement. I'm giving you half off to the end of the month. Okay, so you can follow along once you got those docs. I'm going to go over the documents. Literally, I'm going to go line by line, not over everything, but the most important stuff that I think you need in order for you to get these houses out of your name. I told you why I don't want you to put houses in your name. I've got people, they still to this day, Kris, I got judgment coming down the pipeline. I'll tell you a story. I had a client put a roof on somebody's house, roof leak, tore up the house. They got a $19,000 judgment against them. Now that is passing on to all of the real estate that they own, right? So I just don't want this happening to you. I don't want you calling me after the fact. Set it up right now so you can sleep at night. I sleep at night because Stuff's not in my name. Not in my name. Who is this for? Somebody that's buying a house. And I don't care if you have a mortgage on the property. I don't care if the house is in your name now. You already own it. You can transfer it out of your name and put it into the trust, even if you already own it. That is infinitely harder. I will tell you, it's harder to transfer a property, even for me. I still got one more I got to do. It's harder to transfer the property after you bought it into the trust. I don't know why. It's because we lazy. I know I am. Shoot, I didn't want it. It's hard to transfer it out. So much harder to transfer it out. So just do it the right way. And thanks, Danny. Hit that bell, Roundup. Hit that bell for optimization purposes so we can get this word out. Okay. Trust. The trust agreement, which I'm going to go over. Make sure you download it. We can go over the stuff. You can follow right along. What is a trust? What is a land trust or the Grantor Revocable Trust? I'm glad you asked, Roundup. It is an agreement whereby property is transferred to a trusted third party. The trustee holds the property for the benefit of the beneficiary. The trustee holds the property for the benefit of the beneficiary. Okay, so there are three parts. Keep in mind, Roundup. What is a trust? So that's the Barron's. And if you don't have your Barron's book, Roundup, just go to my website. I make like 50 cents when you buy one. You know, get a Barron's book. You got to have this definition book. You got to have one when you're rolling around. So I want you to keep in mind that a land trust, Grantor Revocable Trust, is nothing but a way to take title to a piece of real property. I'm going to repeat that. It's nothing but a way to take title to a piece of real property. You don't have to worry about a deed of trust, a trustee's deed. None of that crap pertains to this because a land trust is nothing but a pass-through entity. It just goes right through to the beneficiary the beneficiary, which will be you or your LLC. There you go. I could teach this stuff in my sleep. Why? Because I spent 3 years talking to attorneys around the country, trying to become the person that understands this stuff, okay? So the trust agreement owns the house. You don't own the house. So let's go over the three moving parts of the trust, of the land trust. Number one is going to be a trust agreement, which I'm going to explain it all. Your trust agreement. Number two, going to be a trustee. Number three is going to be a beneficiary. And you notice I wrote beneficiary in green because the beneficiary is the one that benefits. They're the ones that make all the money, whether it's rent, refinance, disposition, selling the property, down payment, option consideration, land contract, whatever. What else? Anything that benefits with the property, the beneficiary is the one that gets the money, okay? So those are the three moving parts. Trustee, trust agreement, and your beneficiary. But Chris, how does it work? I'm going to give you a visual. Here's your house, right? 176 Elm Street. And you got to, I'm a visual guy. So I have to, man, God, I'm just thinking back from 2007 to 2010 when I started researching this, buying courses, meeting attorneys, talking to other investors. And by the way, I don't know why. A lot of investors, they refuse to use these things. And it's cool. We do not put our will on other people. We do not do seminars to other investors for free. If you want me to teach you how to do this, yes, I can. However, don't go out there if you're a wholesaler or another investor trying to beat land trusts into people's heads. They have to be open and welcome to receive this information, okay? So once you learn it, like me, I'm like, why in the hell would I ever buy a house in my company name or in my LLC or in my name? Why would I do that? Like Ron LeGrand says, it makes no sense to do that. You can do it in all 50 states. All right, so here's your house, right? Good old 176 Elm Street that you're going to buy. Generally speaking, we put it in our LLC. Not today. Not after today. You won't do that. You know what? You probably will. You're going to do it anyway, but I'm going to give you one break. After today, at least you have been informed. The house will go into the trust, will go into the land trust or the Grantor Revocable Trust, deeding the house into the trust at closing when you buy it, or if you already bought it, you can just do a deed transfer. Now the house goes into the deed. The trust agreement owns the property, right? So now the trust owns the house, okay? So the trust is the new owner. And generally speaking, I name my trust whatever the street number is. That's going to be the name of my trust. So if I buy 176 Elm Street Roundup, I'm going to buy it. The trust that we create will be the 176 trust. Why do we do that? Just for anonymity. Somebody does a title search on Kris Haskins, I promise you, they're not going to have a clue about 176 trust. Okay. Only thing you will have to disclose this stuff to the IRS, which is what I had to do. The IRS came after me. They want to know, well, Kris, you got all these mortgage payments going out, but you don't own the property. How is that? So I had to show them that I'm the owner. So yes, you will have to disclose this stuff. You ain't hiding from the IRS roundup. You ain't going to hide from them, okay? You got to take the deed in. They audited me. They want to know, why is all this? Because, when you buy the house subject to, the interest doesn't come to your social security number, right? It goes to the seller's social security number. And all you have to do is show them that you own the property. And if you're depreciating the house, you got to prove that you own it too. No one knows you own 176 Elm Street, so you have to show the IRS, hey, I own it. Can't wait to do that video. I've been working on this video, my audits. I cannot wait to share this stuff with you. Okay, so house goes in the trust. The trust is the new owner. You are the beneficiary. It'll be you. I should have wrote that. You or your LLC down here. You or LLC, or I don't know, whatever entity you want to be the one that's the beneficiary. So for us, house goes in trust. Trustee signs all the docs. We'll get to that. Let's say that you are the beneficiary, or your LLC, or your company, your INC, or your S corp, whatever you want to do. But I want you to look at our diagram here. The reason I do it like this, you see how far away the house is from the beneficiary? Beneficiaries at the bottom, right? All this stuff is in the middle here, protecting the beneficiary from any liability regarding the house. Okay, so the beneficiary is kind of behind the veil of this trust agreement. So the house goes into the trust. Now the trust owns the property, not you. Okay, so remember back at the beginning of our training, a land trust, grantor revocable trust, is nothing but a way to take title to a piece of real property. That's it. So when you sell the property, the land trust is dead. It no longer exists. I remember one time I sold a property. They tried to come after me for taxes, real estate taxes. I'm like, man, I sold this house. I got a bill for a couple $1,000. I didn't get the bill. My trust got the bill. I think they sent the bill 3 times and then poof, automatically disappeared. Can you imagine a tax bill disappearing? Very rare. I guess they figured, sure, we can't come after a trust. It probably doesn't even exist anymore. And they would be right. It didn't exist anymore, right? Okay, so you got your trust agreement, your trust, an arrangement whereby property is transferred to a trusted third party. The trustee holds the property for the benefit of the beneficiary. Okay. Make sure you get your questions in the box there, my roundup. Get your questions in the chat box. We'll get all of them answered before the YouTube and internet marketing mastermind starts here shortly. Okay. House and the trust. Now, what is this trustee character out here? What is this trustee character? The trustee. Make sure you get your bearings. One who holds property in trust for another to secure performance of an obligation. He's the neutral party in the trust transaction. I'll repeat that. One who holds property in trust for another to secure performance in an obligation. They are the neutral party in the trust transaction. Okay, what does that mean? The trustee, I like to call him, he's nothing but your employee or your worker. So the employee gets paid a fee. They go to closings, they sign the HUD, they sign the deed, they sign any other closing docs that need to be signed in order for you to deed this house into this trust. Okay. So you communicate behind your trust agreement all the stuff you want done on behalf of the trust. Now, there's a caveat to this. You got to keep this in mind. You have to remember this. Your trustee can, yes, they can buy a house for you, but they can also do what? Sell a property. So you must have a trustee that you trust. They have a fiduciary duty to do this stuff, but We all know how it is. People don't always do what they say they're going to do, right? So round up, hire somebody you trust. Hire somebody you trust. And then a lot of people calling me, oh, Kris, I don't trust anybody. Round up, if you don't trust anybody, number one, I recommend getting some new friends. Two, we will be a trustee. I mean, I charge a couple $100. You mail, we do it. I do it all the time. You FedEx me the docs, we'll sign off, FedEx them back to you, and it's over. Okay. If you don't trust somebody, because I don't want you on title, because the trustee does go on title as the trustee for the land trust. All right. So this is Joe Blow is going to be the trustee for 176 Elm Street. He will go on the deed. So if someone goes and researches your deed or the deed for the property, they will see a trustee. Hence why I don't want your name to be the trustee. Some people say, well, Kris, why can't I just be the trustee? I don't want your name on title. And if you've got a family member that's got the same last name as you, I don't want them on title either. We're not running from anybody. We're just kind of protecting as we're going in. I don't want you to try to dodge your obligations on this thing, but frivolous lawsuits are something that we just don't want to deal with, right? Okay, so you got your trustee, and now let's do the beneficiary, the definition of the beneficiary. The beneficiary is the person who receives or is to receive the benefits resulting from certain acts, which is this trust. The benefit resulting from an ownership position in a contract. So that's going to be the trust, the beneficiary of this land trust. Okay, man, you guys are getting this here. You're getting this. I love it. I'm so glad for you guys getting this stuff. All right, so you understand the moving parts. You got all that moving there. So the next time you go to a closing, you're going to download the docs. Go ahead and bring them up. I'm going to go over the trust agreement first. Let's do that first. Hold tight. Got to make sure everybody's happy. So baby, make sure my wife's happy, right? Got to make sure everybody's good. Cover that, LLC, boom, Elm Street. Yes, you got it down. Okay. So let's get into some of the documents. So go ahead and pull up your trust agreement. I will share my screen so we can go over this stuff together. And once again, you can download my land trust agreement in the video description below. Go ahead, download it so you can follow along. Once you pull all those documents up, you can follow along. So you don't have to worry about you're probably, if your experience is going to be anything like mine, you are going to probably have to walk your attorney or your title company down the street to putting this thing together. I don't know why this is not taught in law classes today. I have no idea. I mean, good God, how many people did I interview trying to figure this out so I could pass this since 2007, right? So I could pass this information to you. Literally, I'm meeting attorneys that we're helping set this stuff up. So once you get your docs, you're going to have to go over it, know what you're doing. So when you speak to your closing company, they will understand what you're doing, okay? Because what I've seen from coast to coast is they're not understanding this stuff. And it's not their fault. They're just not taught this. Okay, let's pull up your land trust agreement first, which is going to be right here, right? Your trust is the owner. Boom, you see I got this little dotted lines. Your trust agreement, your trust is the owner, not you. All right, remember that. People say, do you own something? No, I don't own that. I don't own that. Okay, here's your trust agreement. Let's go over some of the lines here so you know what you're doing. First blank here, blank, you or your company name as grantor/beneficiaries, here and after collectively referred to as the beneficiary. Whether one or more, which designation shall include all successors in interest of any beneficiary. You know, we can pass the beneficial interest down to another third party, right? That's why I love Roundup. I could go on all day about this. Why do I love trust? Did you know that you can sell your beneficial interest to somebody else and they can keep that land trust in place, hence avoiding all closing costs? Then you can't avoid a taxable event. You did sell something. But if you sell your trust agreement to somebody, say you give them $100,000, I mean, they gave you $100,000 for the house. Look, you just take the trust. Now, Joe Johnson is the new owner of the 176 Elm Street Trust, or let's say the 176 Elm Street. I hope I'm blowing your mind right now. Forget going to closings. That's done. We don't go to closings, right? But if you want to sell the property, all you got to do is sell them the trust, because who owns the trust? The beneficiary. And the house is inside of the trust, right? So you don't even forget, closings are a thing of the past when it comes to land trust. Okay. And you can sell it. Say you want to sell it for $5,000, or you sell your beneficial interest for $10,000. Who knows? Sky's the limit, right? But the magic to this is you don't have to change title. Round up. You don't have to change the title. Just think about today when someone wants to sell a property. It's either in their name or their LLC. They have to do a closing to get it out of their name, right? Well, you should. I mean, you can obviously, generally speaking, you have to go to closing, pay recording fees, attorney, title company, draft a deed, all that crap. As opposed to somebody saying, here's $50,000. I want that house. Boom. Assignment of beneficial interest, which is included in the forms. What will you get in the land trust document packet below? You're going to get my trust agreement. You're going to get my warranty deed. You're going to get the trust agreement, the appointment of successor trustee, because what happens when a trustee goes rogue? You got to be able to fire them, right? You got to be able to let these people go. And what's the last one? You're going to get an assignment of beneficial interest. Those are the 4 docs that you're going to get along with here. Okay, let's pull up your land trust. All right, we went over the first one. Your trustee is somebody you trust, right? Whose address is blank. You're going to put the trust in. We always just have the trust address go to the trustee, because they're the ones that are getting the mail. You don't want mail coming to you. Somebody might think that you own something, right? All right, declaration of trust. This trust created by the grantors herein shall be known as the blank street number trust, right? Hereinafter referred to as the trust. Let's go back to our board here. Round up. How do we do this? So how do we name them? Whatever street. I want you to get this together, because I used to name it the whole street address trust. I used to name it the 176 Elm Street Trust, right? Then I'm like, that's giving too much information. Now we just do a number. And who in the world is going to be able to find out what does this even mean? You look up a deed, right? Look up a deed, says the owner of this property is 176 Trust. Is it a land trust? Is it a paper trust? Is it a personal trust? Is it an irrevocable trust? Is it a revocable trust? I mean, it could be a family trust. Oh, it could be a living trust, all type of trust, right? So first of all, and the main goal of having your property in trust is not that you have that much asset protection, because we're not going over that part of the trust, but it's really just to allow you to operate in anonymity. I want you to be able to buy and sell as many houses as you want without someone looking you up at the courthouse and saying, hey man, this dude is doing some stuff here. Okay, because the land trust doesn't necessarily give you asset protection. That comes through the beneficiary. Okay, so I want you to be able to operate in anonymity so people aren't looking you up. All right. Okay, let's get back to our trust agreement. Make sure you download it. The link is in the video description, and you'll get half price for the rest of the month. The land trust will be half price for the rest of the month. The purpose of this trust shall be to hold title to the trust property and to protect and conserve it until its sale or other disposition or liquidation. Oops, did I bring that back on the screen? Sorry about that, y'all. I got too much. Sorry about that. Here we go. Sorry, y'all. Okay, number 2, purpose of the trust is this trust shall be to hold title to the property and to protect and conserve it until its sale or other disposition or liquidation. So you got that. That's number 2 in your trust. Number 5, duties of beneficiary. The persons named in the attached Exhibit B, and we'll get to that at the end. All the beneficiaries will be revealed at the end of the trust agreement. Exhibit B are the beneficiaries of this trust, and as such shall be entitled to all earnings. Oh, I love that. I love being entitled to earnings. That feels good, doesn't it? Feels good to be entitled to some earnings. Good gracious. Let me get my earnings up. Next is going to be, oops, here we go. This is, what is that? 5A, the right to direct the trustee. They can direct the trustee to do whatever they want to do. B, the right to participate in the management if they want. C, the right to receive the proceeds and avails from the rental, sale, mortgage, or other disposition of the property. A lot of this stuff is redundant, so that's why we won't go over it all. Don't forget, your trustee can sell your property. They can mortgage your property. Man, they can do some damage. Number 6, powers and duties of trustee. The trustee shall not record this agreement or the name of any of the beneficiaries in any place of public record, unless ordered by court order. You see down here, roundup. Now, yes, you might have to have public record, or you might have to get a court order one day to actually reveal who the beneficiaries are. But remember, your land trust is set up so the person that's coming after you, they have to have a conversation with their pocketbook or their checkbook if they want to come after you, right? We don't want to just leave it all there, plain sight. So you're gonna have to spend some money if you want to find me, okay? A, the trustee can mortgage the whole or any part of the trust property, aka borrow money. The trustee shall give the following powers with the consent of the beneficiaries: to purchase the real property, that's what they're doing at closing, to sell at public auction or private sale, to barter or exchange, or to dispose of. Once again, a lot of this stuff is redundant. The trustee can rent or lease whole or any part of the trust property. Man, that's something powerful, isn't it? It's powerful, roundup. So make sure you have trustee that you trust. You better have a trustee. Get your questions in, roundup, for me for this land trust stuff, so we can go with it. Get all your questions answered today. After today, I don't want you to have any more problems with this land trust. Okay, number 7, compensation of trustee. The beneficiaries jointly and severally agree that the trustee shall receive the sum of blank. We pay our trustee $100. One-time fee for his services as trustee. Liability. Number 8, liability of the trustee. All obligations incurred by this trustee hereunder shall be the obligations of the trust only, and not the individual trustee. The trustee shall not be required to enter into any personal obligations or liability in dealing with the trust property. So look, the trustee is on your own. His actions are going to be on him, and they will not affect the trust. Removal of trustee. The beneficiaries shall have, number nine, shall have the power to remove a trustee from his office or appoint a successor to succeed him or her at any time. And you will be getting the appointment of successor trustee document, just in case. I have yet to have a trustee go rogue on me. No doubt it happens, but hopefully it won't happen to you or me. Resignation of any successor. Any trustee may resign his or her office within 30 days of written notice to the beneficiaries. Now, sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes you got to move on. Sometimes the trustee wants to get his life back, or his or her life back. They don't want to deal with it anymore. You can't blame them. No relationship is going to last forever, right? I mean, people move on. They have other things going on in life. Maybe they're relocating to another area or something like that. So got to respect people's wishes. So you got to let them out. You got to let them out if they want to be out, period. Number 14, assignment. The interest of a beneficiary or any part of that interest may be transferred only by written assignment. And that's what you're going to get today. You also have your assignment of beneficial interest. In essence, selling your land trust. Okay. 15, individual liability of trustee. The trustee shall have no individual liability or obligation whatsoever arising from his ownership as trustee of the legal right to the trust or property. And you guys are going to see, basically that's saying that the trustee is on his own. If he goes out there and murders 50 people and gets a $1 million IRS tax lien, nothing comes up on the trust itself. Man, that was rough. That would be rough, wouldn't it? 18, governing law. This agreement and all transactions contemplated hereby shall be governed by, construed, and enforced in accordance with the laws of the state of blank. So I put Virginia. Yeah, I'll put y'all state in here. Don't out of y'all email me and call me talking about, do I need to take that out? Yes. Put your state in there. All right. I'm in Hampton, Virginia. Just delete it and put your name in there. Okay. Page 7. How do we sign this? Your name. Now, if you're like me, you're going to use your LLC. You use your LLC as your beneficiary. Okay. So how do we sign on behalf of our LLC? I'll show you that in a minute. You're going to sign your name, comma, managing member. Okay. That's all you are. You're just managing the LLC. Never put personal name, never sign without being some type of authority or some type of figure or position of a company. If you just sign your name, you're personally liable. Okay, the trustee, they're going to sign their name, comma, trustee. Okay. And page 8, all you put is the property here, legal description. That's it. And then page 9, here we go, the big boys. Your company name, the beneficiaries. And you can have an infinite amount of beneficiaries. You know, we do a lot of, not a lot, but some co-investing with my IRA and other investors. You can put 50% here. You can put 70-30, 75-25, whatever you want to do. So hopefully your closing company would be able to slice up those checks the right way, right? You never know what's going to happen with these closing companies. Man, I've been to some closings where they got us signing so many documents at closing because they don't understand trusts, right? Okay, round up. That is your trust agreement. If you missed that, just rewind it at any time. Your trust owns the property, not you. Oh, man. I got to beat that in your head. Why? I don't want you to take 3 years to implement and deploy this strategy like I did. Your trust owns the property, not you. All right, get your questions in for Q&A. I see them coming in. Man, Q&A is my favorite part. Okay, so we got the blank land trust agreement. Now, what if let's say you want to, if you are a wholesaler, right? Because a lot of you guys might be just wholesaling, and I get it all the time. Kris, I'm just wholesaling. Why do I have to put a house in a trust if I'm just going to wholesale it? Well, I got a true case, got a client, couldn't find a buyer for the property, right? The seller came after. Listen, you tied my property up for X amount of days. You put an earnest money deposit down. Why aren't you closing on my house? We're coming after you for specific performance. So what happens if the trust is the one buying the property that you couldn't find a buyer for? Come sue the trust. Matter of fact, it doesn't even exist until you close on the property, right? So even if you're just wholesaling, I don't care I still get calls, my inner circle. Kris, would you put your trust if you're only going to do blank? The answer is 1,000 times yes. Every time even the house I live in is owned by trust roundup. Okay. Let's go to, what if you get a property under contract and you want to sell or wholesale that contract, right? So we're going to do something called the standard, everything is standard in my world, right? We do everything standard. Your standard assignment of beneficial interest. Okay. This is all you're going to use. And all you're saying, I'm not even going to go over this. It's just so much. Assigner agrees to assign his rights and beneficial interest to purchase the attached contract to assignor for a fee of whatever, $5,000. Assignee agrees to pay $5,500 payable. Oops. Can't do that. $5,000. Assignee agrees to pay $5,000 payable on or before a blank date. And it's over. Now they are the new, now they are the new owners of the 176 Elm Street Trust. You can sell this before or after you go to closing roundup. It doesn't matter. A lot of wholesalers, what I did so much of it, we get the property under contract with your land contract, and you sell your beneficial interest. Now, the problem is a lot of investors are scared of land trust. Shoot, I'm confusing myself now. Sorry about that. A lot of investors are scared of land trusts. You sell your beneficial interest to the land trust. Don't try to convince them to do this. If they're not ready to do it, just move on. Do the closing. The problem is you spend $3,000 at a closing, as opposed to you saving all that money by just selling the beneficial interest. There is no closing when it comes to that. Okay. All right. So you got your standard assignment of beneficial interest. Oh man, I love it. I could talk about this stuff all day. I love talking about this stuff to people that understand it. Okay. And your warranty, let's say you own a property already. Like for me, I already own a house in my name. I need to take it out of my name. Here's your warranty deed to trustee. You will be getting this too. And you're just going to put good consideration bound between whoever the seller is, which is you, putting it into the trust, the 176 trust or whatever you're going to call it. Legal description down here, property address here. sign it, and it's over. Now, if you own a property already round up and you want to get it out of your name, you can use the warranty deed, but give it to your title company or your closing company. Let them do the deed for you. Don't create deeds. I mean, I'm giving it to you, but I don't even do deeds. I let them do it. I say, listen, I need to have this house taken from this name to that name. Okay, they'll do the deed and it's over. Because I want them to be on the hook for the deed, right? Not you. And here's a house we bought. Here's what the deed looks like. Deed, bargain, and sale. Here's my seller. There's the trustee there, the Oak Drive Trust. That's the trust that we bought this one in. Oh, shoot. This doesn't have so this is just a sample copy of one of our deeds that we bought. We bought a house. Okay, last document I want to go over. What happens if you need to replace a trustee, right? Sometimes the trustees, they go rogue. You never know. Because your trustee, once again, I want you to remember, your trustee can sell your house without your knowledge. Hopefully they wouldn't do that. They can refinance it, go borrow a bunch of money against it. That would be nasty because they can take the money, right? They can lease it out. They can do a lease option. They can do a land contract. They can do owner financing, all type of mess that your trustee could get you into, which never really crossed my mind because we deal with people that I trust. And I want you to have some people in your life that you trust too. So if you don't have anybody in your life that you trust regarding being a trustee for you, I highly recommend Roundup. Go get some better friends. Surround yourself with better people that are trustworthy, people that are experienced in the handling of high dollar stuff, right? People that are used to handling large amounts of money. I remember reading that in the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. Hang out with men that are used to or accustomed to dealing and handling large amounts of money. You know, if you hang out with them, then some of that money's going to get onto you, right? It's crazy. Like my circle now, my network is going, it's going crazy. Somebody will say, hey, Kris, this dude referred me to you to do this. I got a referral here. And I'll call them. Hey, you know anybody that does this ABC? Yeah, my boy over here, call him. He's in wherever. The network is just amazing what your network can do for you. Okay. And you need a network for your trustee too. Appointment of land trust replacement trustee. So this underside beneficiaries represent that they are the beneficiaries. And they hereby replace current trustee and appoint new trustee. Okay. That's kind of the gist. Let me highlight this for you. Where we at? Highlight color. So you'll get these exact docs. These are the exact docs that I use when I'm going to closing. I can download them anywhere because you're going to get the same Google Drive that I use. It's cool, right? I love it. Being able to use the same stuff you use. Beneficiary, sign your name. Or I need to change that. Beneficiary, it's going to be LLC. Your name or LLC. I'm literally changing these in the downloadable link that you're going to get when you download this stuff. So we fired them, hired a new one, get it notarized, and it's over, right? So you're done. Okay, 40 minutes. You got it. Roundup. I love you so much. Thank you. We're going to get the Q&A. I can't tell you how thankful I am to have you. You know, I got to tell you, the hardest thing in life, I think, is marriage. With this, it's like, I know that, but I feel like you guys support the Roundup vision. Thank you for letting me pour into you. Thank you for letting me take these experiences, these deals, this wisdom that I've kind of obtained over the years and share it with you since 2004, trying to learn how to do this real estate and entrepreneur thing, right? It's quite interesting. Okay, so you got how land trusts work. You got it down. So your next house, you have no excuse. You ain't going to do it. You ain't going to do it. You're going to take about, just like me, you're going to look at it for about another year. Then you're going to say, you know what? Let me look into this thing. Let me look into this. It might be something to this, right? Okay, round up. Let's get to some Q&A. Oops, wrong button. Stop. Let's get to some Q&A. Thank you for letting me pour. I'm not going yet, but make sure you share this content, like it, and hit that subscribe button and the bell to see what craziness we have coming out for you in the near future. And download all my land trust documents. The link is right in the video description. You're going to get 50% off Roundup. Just use the coupon code HOPE. The link is in the video description to get all those documents right there. I promise you, this is probably a tenth of what you're going to pay some attorney to set all this up for you. What is this? Demar Trucker on the road. What's up, my friend? All night. Good gracious. I bet that's something. You love the teaching. Thank you so much, Troy. What up, Troy? Can you use the land trust doing different strategies with real estate? And do you need to have an LLC? Yes, I highly recommend, Troy, every time you acquire a house, I don't care if it's with a mortgage or not, put it in your trust. And then, I take this off so you can see. Your beneficiary is going to be your LLC. So you got, you do not need to have an LLC. You can be the beneficiary if you want. My thing is, does it really matter? I don't know. I mean, the trust is most important, but who you have as the beneficiary, that's up to you. You can always move it around. Say you want to buy a house now and you're the beneficiary. You can always transfer the beneficial interest over to an LLC when you get your LLC set up. And, you can get my Jessica Siegel, attorney Jessica Siegel has an LLC right on my website on krishaskins.com. You can get that for half price too, to the end of the month if you don't have an LLC. But yes, use this anytime you're acquiring a property. I don't care what your exit strategy is, Troy. Edward, what's up? Where you guys chiming in from? Make sure you put your city or your state. Can you have homestead exemption while your house is in a land trust? Homestead exemption, are you talking about with taxes? I'm presuming you're talking about taxes. Here's the thing. You can muddy up this stuff as much as you can and you want to, right? Say you bought your house and your LLC is the beneficiary, but when you go down to the city assessor, they aren't going to understand this stuff. None of this land trust crap. So you're going to have to explain this to them. And yes, it may be a problem because they may want you to have the house in your name. That could be something. Jesse, what's up, Jesse? What about if we do a quit claim? I'm glad you did. Quit claim, not a quick claim deed. Good Lord. Quit claim deed from personal into a land trust. Does that defeat the purpose? No. Even if the house isn't in your name right now. See, the problem with the quit claim deed is it doesn't create that cut, doesn't create that timeline stop, right? So if you do a quit claim deed, that means all the judgments that were already there, they're going to transfer to the new owner. And what I have learned too, like a gift deed, sometimes they can even go back. So say you did a quit claim deed today, a year from now, the seller on the quit claim deed gets a judgment. I've seen sometimes that they can even attach those to the future owner, which would be you. So Jesse, I would not want to do that. I want you to have a general warranty deed or a warranty deed, whatever deed is in your state, or a special warranty deed. Try to get your good deed. Quit claim deed. It's better than having nothing. I will say that. Let me think. I would prefer you to have a quit claim as opposed to having nothing. How about that? Let's do that. Quit claim deed is better than nothing, right? Okay. Once again, round up. Use the coupon code HOPE to get 50% off my land trust and actually all my training for the rest of the month. Just head on over to krishaskins.com. Thank you so much. Thank you. Shimmer. Y'all got these names. Where you chiming in from, Shamir? So you can transfer your house in a trust even if you have a mortgage on it. Absolutely. Shamir Omens. What is this? Yes. So you bought the house, right? Just imagine. I want you to think about subject two, right? Buying a house subject to the existing financing. Remember, think of these two. We got these two. I want you to envision. You got a river. Right? You're standing on the river bank. They have those wheels that collect the water. All they do is crank all day, right? The water is making those big old wheels churning with the water. Real estate is nothing but two wheels. See if I can do this. One this way. Nope. I don't know. Real estate is houses and money. Houses and money, okay? You can transfer the house at any time, regardless of the loan, okay? The house can go from owner to owner to owner with one loan on it. You can keep this loan on it. It's no difference. You're transferring it from you to you, in essence, right? From your name to your trust name. But this loan stays in place. So all real estate does is crank out looking for houses, and we crank out looking for money. They are not together. We have kind of tied them to, the industry has tied them together, which I don't like, because the loan can be, okay, you got the house here, the loan can be sold to. We can go from Wells Fargo to Bank of America to Union Bank to Farmers Bank, and you still got one owner of the house. It's the same thing. You got one loan, and then you can sell the house to your trust. That trust could sell it to another third party, and that one loan stay in place. See, they don't go together. You can transfer one without the other, and one can stay in place at any time. So just keep that in mind. If the banks can do it, shoot, why can't we do it? I'm just like, try to operate at all times. Try to operate like you're a bank. The banks have the best real estate in town. Troy, can you use a land trust instead of using a regular contract wholesaling from homeowners? Well, no, you're going to have a purchase and sale agreement. This to get your house into the trust, you have to have a purchase and sale agreement. That's a good question, Troy. In order for you to buy a house, you have to have a purchase and sales agreement. But who do you put as the buyer on the purchase and sales agreement, right? That's where the trust comes in. So your buyer is, let's say you're buying 176 Elm Street with this purchase and sale agreement. Your buyer, that's what every time people call me, I'm like, they ask the question, I'm like, who's the buyer? Who's the buyer? What's the name of the buyer? It's not you, it's your trust. I got to get my Dr. Kimbro. Damn it. It's your trust. It's not you. So when you fill that contract out, you're going to put, you're going to put the trust as your buyer. And in essence, the trust is you, my friend. Okay. But yes, you have to have a purchase and sales agreement. You're going to have that. Once again, link in the video description to get all my land trust document packet, my roundup. Get your land trust document packet. Use the coupon code HOPE to download that for the rest of the month. There you go, roundup. I love you guys. David, hey, David, thank you for all you do. People to learn profit from real estate investing. God bless you, my friend. Therefore, as it relates to land trust, why is it so hard to transfer a mortgaged loan property? Oh, okay. Why is it hard? Okay, David, I'm sorry. I might have misconstrued that it wasn't congruent. I'm not saying that it's hard to transfer a mortgaged property. What I meant was it's hard to transfer a property you already own. Okay, so I have one house. I still need to get out of my name. It's easy for me to buy houses every day, right, and put them in the trust because I'm creating the trust, turning it into my title company. They're closing it out. Boom, it's over. But this house I bought back in 2007, it's a mental thing. It's not necessarily, it's just mentally harder. It's infinitely harder for me to go get the deed, get them to draft the deed, I have to pay closing costs and recording fees. I have no incentive, right? Rent's coming in. I just need to do it. I need to do it. It's not harder to do regarding paperwork wise. It's just harder mentally because you already own the house. You already own the property. So there is no incentive for me to go down and spend the money to do it. I have done it on several of the houses that I had in my name and I transferred it out. And it's irrelevant. Your mortgage company, like several houses that I have mortgages on, when I learned this strategy, I just drafted a deed, got the deed out of my name. The mortgage company doesn't care. I did add the trust as an additional insured, right? You don't want to have any problems there. Good question, David. Edward, hey, does mail go to the trustee and not your mailing address? Absolutely. The mail goes to the trust agreement, which we use as our trustee. Now, don't get deed of trust mixed up. A deed of trust is nothing but a mortgage. I know this is a lot. I forgot to tell you, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up if you don't get this all at once. Remember, I consider myself a master, right? It took me 3 years to get this, 3 years to implement land trust, 3 years to understand the moving parts. Trustee, what do they do? Does the beneficiary go to sign? How does the trust agreement, how do you write it? Where does it go? And never let anybody see this trust agreement other than the person that's closing the deal for you, okay? You keep this land trust agreement, and that was the first document we went over roundup. That stays in your file cabinet, okay? Nobody needs to see that. Yes, the mailing address is your trust, your trustee. Winston, what's up, my friend? What if the trustee has an issues? Can they come after the property? No, if you read in our I'll go back here. Well, you can rewind it, my friend. We went over that. The trust. Here we go. I'll share my screen. This is on your docs, okay? We got to make sure we get everybody. You got to understand this stuff. A liability of trustee. All obligations incurred by the trustee hereunder shall be the obligations of the trust only, and not individual as trustee. Okay. There's another one here. Where is it at? Individual liability of trustee. The trustee shall have no liability, no individual liability or obligation whatsoever arising from his ownership as trustee of the legal title to the trust property. Okay, so it's right there, my friend. Trustee. Matter of fact, I had a trustee file bankruptcy. Ain't got nothing to do with the trust. All right. Al Howard. Al, for the 100 people here, round up, I'm honored to be able to share with you guys. Al, on the warranty deed to trustee, who's the grantor? You are. The grantor, remember, is homeowner. Grantor, homeowner. Remember that in your mind. I got these little thing kind of likes. It's just from doing this forever. How do you remember this stuff, Kris? Taking a million courses, doing it. Good God, how many times do we do it? Grantor is you. You're grantoring it over to the trust, okay? Good question. Considering the fact that this document will be filed in public record. Oh, yeah, you're the grantor. Just because you're the grantor, Al, shoot, I sold something. Okay, don't come after me. I sold it. The warranty deed to trustee is not in your name anymore. Kinfolk, are evictions more difficult with the trust? Absolutely not. When you go to, thank God, evictions are bad. I didn't post this. My wife told me not to post my feelings about evictions now. I am concerned about our economy, but I'm thankful people that aren't paying rent, my owners, can get their houses back. There's so much going on. I'm torn between. But your lease, it can be in your LLC or in your name. When you go to court, just show them the lease. I promise you, no judge has the time to worry about a deed in eviction court. They're trying to determine who owes what and how we're going to make some type of a judgment. That's all they're worried about. Jamie, oh man, what up, Jess? An important tool. We got an attorney, Jessica Siegel. What's up? An important tool. I'm so happy that she's saying that. We got an attorney on here, y'all. Felipe, debating on using my VA home loan or doing a subject to. There's no debate. There should be no debate. Now, I know I get on my high horse roundup. Y'all hear me always talking about you can buy houses without going to the bank using subject to. If you have a good deal with a VA loan, just use it. I'm not mad at that. Can I transfer my house in a trust even if I get a VA loan on it? Yes, you can, Felipe. Remember, houses, loans, they can move at any time. You can transfer the house ownership without transferring the loan. You can transfer the loan without transferring ownership of the house, okay? Can you do home inspections for a plan subject to home? You can. Yep, you can do a home inspection. Old South, we name our trust after our book characters. Let me tell you the problem with that Old South. I love you. 1865. Whoa, man, you talking with that name. Old South 1865. Oh man, I don't know if that's good or bad. The problem with book characters, you get 10, 20 book characters. How are you going to remember who's what? You get 20 houses. How do you know what that happened? That happened to me. I had 5 going on renovations. I'm like, man, I can't remember the name of these daggone houses. But you can remember the numbers, right? Nelly. Hey, Nelly. Who can claim the homestead on a land trust, the trustee or the beneficiaries, to pay taxes on the main residence? So taxes be, yes, the beneficiary is the one that benefits. The beneficiary is the one that gets all the tax ramifications, the liability, and the benefits to be able to depreciate it. So the beneficiary is the one that's in charge. The trustee is just the employee. They're working for you. Hey, Rodrigo. Stanley, brother, reference to buying a property via trust. Since there's no closing, shouldn't there be an independent title search? Absolutely. Stanley, that's a great point. If you're not going to do a full closing and just sell your beneficial interest to somebody, you better do a title search. You don't want to buy a trust that has $1 million tax lien or another loan that you don't know that you're getting into. So yes, you have to do a title search. Everything stays the same other than the deed. You don't have to do another deed. Isn't that cool? Kelvin, where can I find this template? Kelvin, in the video description below. All the land trust document packet is in the video description below. Use my coupon code HOPE to get 50% off. Okay. I'm hoping we're going to get out of this crisis soon. I'm praying for you. I'm giving everybody a break. Jalen Robertson, I'm new to real estate. Okay. In negotiations with first property. Cool. Oh, Dragon. Nice. Yep. Dragon's a beast. Ken Talks. Peace. Oh, here in Hanson. Praise God, my brother. Videos, new to the live streams. Yeah, I'm cutting back on my live streams. I'm going to more recorded stuff. I just don't have the time, Ken. I don't have the time unless I'm going to do it at 5 o'clock in the morning. Nelly, who can claim the homestead? Oh yeah, that's the beneficiary. Yeah, the beneficiary is the one that deals with all the tax ramifications. Get my land trust document packet in the video description below. Use the coupon code HOPE. What about the title insurance when you purchase a property via a trust? Title insurance goes along right with it, bro. You already got title search from the previous owner for the trust, right? Follow me. Who was this? Stanley. You got title insurance for the trust, right? It stays in place. The trust changes owners. Boom, boom, boom. Trust, different owner, different owner, different owner. The trust still there. The trust doesn't change. Neither does the title. The title insurance is going to insure the trust, not you as a beneficiary. Okay. Dragon, you're getting it. Praise God. Man, I ain't mad at y'all. Listen, once again, I'm an expert. I'm a master, right? And I'm not boasting or bragging. I've been doing this since 2004. I've seen a lot of come and I've seen a lot more go, right? Don't beat yourself up if you're just getting this stuff. It took me 3 years to figure this out. I talked about evictions. We already did that. 10,000, 100,000 hours. That's right. Yeah. Hey, Sandrika, when buying a new home, how soon to transfer to the trust? I'm presuming you're buying a home with a mortgage in your name. Like, I mean, Sandrika, I still love you. Sometimes, even I'm looking at using the credit. I don't like it, but my wife got me looking at a house, right? So you can transfer it within the next week or two. I wouldn't care. The mortgage company, I promise you, they just do not care. And let's say that 1 out of the 1,000 times that they call the loan due, they say, Sandrika, you transferred that title and we're coming after this loan. We're going to do the due on sale calls on you. You can always just transfer it back into your name. So don't worry about that stuff. You can transfer it back into your name, okay? Kelvin, thanks for your education. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Thank you, Figaro. Thank you for all you do. Thank you so much. Dinero, Chris, when it comes to selling your subject to property on the MLS, you put the property in a trust. Yeah, yes, all of them. And the check comes back to the trust. Okay, yes, sometimes. Matter of fact, I'm working on this now. I'm going to be meeting with an attorney soon. Sometimes I have problems with attorneys wanting to write the check. What Dinero is asking when you go sell a trust property, I don't care if it's subject to or whatever. I might sell a property that I bought cash because either way, I'm buying it in a trust. Dinero Productions, that is a great question. Sometimes because we don't have any control over the buyer's attorney or the buyer's title company, right? So if the owner of the property is 176 Trust, sometimes they want to make the check out to the trust, just as opposed to the beneficiaries, which is my LLC. I don't know why, but I'm going to get some specific language in this trust. And if you got the docs, you're going to have the link. When we change it, you'll get the updates. We want that check to come to us or the LLC, right? As opposed to coming to the owner of the trust agreement. I'm sorry, the owner of the house, which is 176 Trust, right? So what you can do is get an affidavit to where the buyer's title company can send the money to your title company. You just create a doc saying that your title company has received the funds and they will convert it over to the beneficiary. That's all. No big deal. I laughed her. Thank you for the knowledge. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, my friend. Shannon, Chris, can an LLC be the trustee? Absolutely. So your trustee can be an LLC. But here's the thing. Once again, who's that? Shannon. You can muddy this thing up as much as you want. You can have an LLC here as a trustee. You can have another LLC here as the beneficiary. You got them talking to each other. You're creating more work for yourself. You're creating more layers. You're creating more things to have to understand. You're creating more paperwork. You're creating more, yearly fees, right? Dues every year. You got to pay for your LLC. So the more you muddy it up, in my opinion, you're just creating more problems. So yes, you can. To answer your question, you can. But I guess I need to further saying that I don't do it. I mean, you just muddying it up. If something happens to you, somebody got to unwind all this stuff, and it's real nasty. Oh man, we got a love. Tanya, what's up? Tanya, wow, that was something, right? Maybe we should go live about that thing. Tanya, thank you so much for your love offering. Figaro, can you do this with tax deed properties? Yes. Round up. Remember, land trust, grantor revocable trust is nothing but a way to take title to a piece of property. That's it. De Niro, do you have any payment penalty forms when the down payment for the tenant buyer is larger than expected? I don't even know what a payment penalty form is, my friend. Payment penalty. You got to educate me on that. I'm not saying I know it all. The tenant down payment is larger. De Niro, what does that mean? Put that in the. I don't understand that one. Where's, how and when do you pay the attorney for land trust? I'm just now coming on the live. You do not. Whereas I put my land trust. Here's the thing. I'm doing these trainings so you don't have to pay $1,000 to an attorney. You could just download mine for half price. I mean, it's $150. So who is this? Where's? That's why I do this, so you don't have to worry about paying all the money. Now, I love my attorneys, but they're expensive, right? So you could just go to the video description, go to the link, use the coupon code HOPE. You got all the docs, and just rewind this video and walk you through it. Felipe, hey, my friend, please put your state. Okay, Pennsylvania. What up? The PA. Finally, someone truly enjoy what he does. I do. I love this stuff. Why? Because I feel like this knowledge has been hidden until now. Why in the hell has this been hidden? I can't figure it out. I can only think that a certain segment of the population doesn't want another segment of the population to know this stuff. That's the only thing that I can put together. Cassandra, how does it work if you have a duplex? Same thing. Doesn't matter if it's a single family, multifamily. I'm not going to speak on commercial. Single or multifamily. Let me leave it at that. Same thing. It's just a title. Craig, what's up, brother? Can you do a quick claim deed in the place of sub 2? Yes, but I don't want you to do that. You can build a house with a hammer. You can ride a bike to work every day, right? You can do this stuff, but do I want you to do it? No. Okay. I don't want you to do that. Gamble Group. Thank you. Oh, yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Tanya, what's up, Tanya? I miss you. When transferring your personal, do you still use a warranty deed? Yes, I do a warranty deed on all of them. I guess it wouldn't matter, though. Yeah, whether warranty deed on the, but yeah, warranty deed. It wouldn't matter because obviously, where it's coming from you into your trust. But yeah, we still do a warranty deed. It's the warranty deed to trustee document. And some of these docs, you may have to change the title depending on what state you're in. I know a lot of states don't want to call it a land trust. You might have to just change it to a grantor revocable trust. Happens. I'm doing it in Maryland. Done it in Maryland and Pennsylvania. Elijah, what's up? Can I use this tactic using multifamily FHA finance properties? Yes. You want to get this stuff out of your name, Elijah. Get these properties out of your name. Once again, here's the house. Ownership of the house doesn't matter. They don't stick together. They can both transfer at any time, okay? Round up. If you want to get my documents, my land trust doc packet, it's going to be in the video description below, the link. And use the coupon code HOPE to get 50% off, and you can go to my website and get 50% off of everything for the remainder of this month. I'm blessed to be a blessing to you. And you can use this. You know what's weird, Elijah? Let me tell you this. You can transfer your property into a trust even if you have a mortgage, and I don't care what type of mortgage it is. They don't care. Pepper Stipes. If I wholesale a house, okay, do I have to pay additional costs at the title company to put it in a trust? No, unless you have them do your trust and you don't use your own docs. Pepper, I've been where you at. I have been where you at. I got these docs so many years ago. Now I'm offering them to you. I paid mad money for them. Also, am I assigning the trust to the end buyer? No, you just, yes. I'm sorry, I'm confusing you. So we use the assignment. If you're wholesaling a land trust before you go to closing, you're going to use the assignment of beneficial interest. Here we go. So you're selling the trust. Now they will be the new owners of the trust. Okay. And you're getting your fee here, your $5,000 or whatever. Same thing. Okay. So that's your assignment of beneficial interest. Who was that? Papper. I didn't answer the first one. Are there costs, title company? No. Oh, I did. Yeah. The costs are them setting up the trust for you if you don't have your own trust documents. So yeah, if you don't have your own trust docs, I promise you, they'll gladly set it up for you for a fee. Dinero. If I'm from Ohio. When buying a home subject to getting the authorization signed to talk to the bank, when do you call the bank to verify? Once you get it signed from the seller or at closing. Oh my Lord, dinero. You call the bank as soon as you get it signed. Here's the thing. When you get that authorization signed, and don't forget, when you're doing subject to, first of all, don't ever tell a seller subject to. You get the authorization signed, but you have to fax it in. So it's going to take 2 days for that document to get booted up and uploaded to their system. Then you can verify all that stuff. You got to verify that before you go to closing, my friend Dinero. Yeah, but you thinking though, dog. You thinking. Yeah, you call the bank soon as you can't go to closing until you know exactly what type of loan you're walking into. And the only way you're going to do that is with a title search and with the authorization talking to the bank. You got to use the authorization dinero to find out how much they're behind, what's their monthly payment, does it include taxes, does it include insurance, is it an ARM, what is the maturation date, when is it mature? So much stuff you need for that. Mind stroke, hey, long time. For extra layer of anonymity, could the beneficiary be an LLC registered in the privacy state? Yes. But I'm going to warn my Roundup family. Once again, muddying it up. Something happens to you, you get hit by a car, you get struck by lightning, a tree falls on you. Who's going to go to that state? Find out where this beneficial interest is. Beneficial interest, mind stroke. I'm not mad at you for your anonymity. However, layers. You can layer this thing up real good. You layer it up real good. Next thing you know, you got so many layers, you can't even find out who the owner is. It's happened to me. I got houses. I'm like, shit, who's the owner? Who owns this house? I don't even know who owns it myself. Make it simple. KISS. Keep it super simple. Mind stroke. I feel you though. I feel you trying to do that. Atlanta, what up? ATL. Al, hey, do you have a contract for deed land contract template? I do not. That's going to be on the outside. If you want to do that, just go to krishaskins.com and contact me. I'll send you mine. I'll get you hooked up with that. Dinero, do you have the forms to stop foreclosure on your website? Absolutely. That's half price too. Well, not the forms. I just have a webinar training showing you where to get the forms. There's 5 forms you got to have. Felipe, yeah, can I transfer my home bought with a video? Okay, we did that one already. Yes, you can. Yes. Leyland, little off topic, but can you reference me to a good breakdown on subject 2? Absolutely. You know your boy got the number 1 video on YouTube for subject 2. Just type in Kris Haskins subject 2. It'll be right there. We got over 100,000 views on that thing. Skywalker, can you keep this video up? It will be up for a short amount of time. Yes, it will be. It will be up for several days. Ken, hey, thank you for your time. You're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. Kris, changing your mindset. Praise God. I love it. I got to get all up in your mind because it all starts here. Oh man, good God. I cannot wait to share this video with you. How to get a better night's sleep. I just learned the secret recently. I finally got the secret how to get a good night's sleep, no matter how many hours. Tanya, should the insurance go in the name of the trust? What I did was I have an insurance policy and I add the trust as an additional insured. So that would be up to you how you want to do that. So it would be Kris Haskins on the policy, 176 Elm Street, additional insured. Apex, why wait to put it in a trust as late? Why wait? Put it in a trust and late. You're right. I think he might be giving me a verbal thrashing. I need to do mine. I need to do better. I was telling my wife yesterday, I'm like, I'm not perfect. I'm trying to do better. I want to be a better human being. I'm like, what does the 50-year-old Kris look like? What does he own? Where does he live? Jalen, an attorney here in North Carolina. Oh my goodness. Or no. Oh shit. I thought you were an attorney. I don't know that. You're messing with me. Sean, Tonya, thank you so much for your love offering. Thank you. Skywalker, the discount is good to the end of the month, my friend. Discount is good to the end of the month. Ty, are the land trusts legal and all? Yes, especially California. I've done several there. But I will tell you, they're going to tell you that it's not. Just like they did in Maryland, just like they did Pennsylvania, they're going to say, you can't do this here. Good God, I was listening to Robert Kiyosaki's book the other day. How many times have I heard you can't do this here? And Robert, no doubt, is on another level, right? People tell me all the time, you can't, even my own dad. I'm like, Dad, I bought a new house. I paid $500 for this house. He thinks I'm taking advantage of Grandma and Pa. So yes, all 50 states, my friend, you might have to change it to a grantor revocable trust, but it is legal. You can do it. Jalen, so let me get this straight. If we master the land trust, I don't have to pay the attorney for a wholesale deal, or am I missing something? No, you're still going to have to do a regular closing. You're going to transfer the beneficial interest before closing so they can deal with all that. Now, if you buy the house in a land trust, you can still transfer the beneficial interest. You still got to close on it, though. No, you're not going to avoid that. Ty, I have an LLC, a couple of them. Oh, man, I want to put them in a land trust. I'm just coming on and apologize. Ty, you can't put an I'm sorry. I don't want to say you can't because I believe you can. But that's not what this class is about. This class is about putting a house in a land trust, and your beneficiary or your LLC is your beneficiary. You or your LLC is your beneficiary, okay? So, what is it? Scroll across the bottom. Let me put that there so I can get a little more space. There we go. So use the coupon HOPE. Now I can have it there. Good gracious. Your LLC is the beneficiary for your trust. Now, your LLC can go inside the trust, but I'm not necessarily doing that. That's not what this... Matter of fact, I've never done that. Who asked that question? Nope. Oh, if we master the land trust, yeah. I don't know that move. I know Jay Siegel was talking about the Ty. I have an LLC. Was it? Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. No, I'm not sure with that one. Warranty deed. That's right. Jalen, will the due on sale be called due more in the future in an attempt to stop segments of the population from doing subject to? Jalen, I so wish I could answer that question, my friend. God, I love you for asking that. You don't know what the system has planned. Just like right now, when I think what you're talking about, and if I can read the spirit of your statement, the system is moving to crack down on wholesalers because a certain segment of the population is now learning how to do it. Just like they probably are going to be cracking down on subject to soon. I don't know. It's so crazy how we've been wholesaling houses for so long. Nobody cared until now. Seems like everybody didn't. Certain people don't want people to have money. Milton, does it cost money to transfer a personal house from my name to the trust, like transfer fees? Depends on what state you're in, but yes, it's a lot cheaper, but you will have to pay recording fees. D-Love, can the trust be a private trust? Yes, this is a private. It is private. This trust agreement only goes in your filing cabinet. It does not go on public record. Only thing that goes on public record is the deed. D. Brown, who's supposed to pay property taxes? Whoever you want to. I don't care. You can pay it. You can have your trustee go down there and pay it. But generally speaking, the beneficiary pays it. Nobody cares. The beneficiary is the one that has all the liability. They get all the benefit and the liability. Okay, so you better pay them taxes. Al, you recently inherited free and clear property conveyed through a TOD deed. TOD. I don't know what TOD. Want to set up a land trust, but the warranty deed is trustee grantor. As grantor, my name is filed. Where's the anonymity? Anonymity. You don't own it anymore. You don't own it anymore. They don't know. Just because you transferred it from your name to a trust That doesn't mean that you have anything to do with the trust. You signed it over. You don't own it anymore. I don't know what a TOD is. Deed is TOD. I don't know what that is. Dinero, when buying subject to, do I get a new insurance policy? Great question. It all depends. If you're like me, I'm a wimp. Ron LeGrand called me so affectionately. Call me a wimp. I don't want any problems. I want to go to sleep at night. If my house burns down, I want to call the insurance company. I want to check. Boom, I'm over. So I have two on my personal property, right? So I have one in the seller's name and I have one in my name, right? The one that keep the seller's name in place, I will never file a policy. I will never file a claim, Dinero. But the one that I have in my name with no mortgage on it, so the one that's in the seller's name has the lender on it, right? But then I have another policy that has my name on it with no lender. So house burns down, I file on my policy with no mortgage. Keep the one in the seller's name intact, don't touch it. That's one line of thinking. Other line is just add your name to the policy and call it a day. Call it a day. So that's up to you, bro. Generally, how I look at it, more equity you have, more safe I want to be. More safe I want to be. If it's no equity, I don't really care. Al, thank you for pouring. Yes, you're welcome. Massachusetts, what's up? Oh, the sleep. I finally got the secret, dog. I finally got it. I'm going to do a video. Matter of fact, I'm going to record it tomorrow. I finally figured it out. And it doesn't matter if you've got 4 hours, 5 hours, or 6 hours. It's all about how you go to sleep. So cool. Tracy, I created an allodial title land trust. Allodial. Okay. I'd like to hear about that, Tracy. Contact me. Go to krishaskins.com and hit the contact me. And please, I'd like to hear more about that. Dinero, when buying subject to the loan 140, ARV 150, you sell lease option 160. Oh, I see. All right, Dinero. So what's happening is you're getting more of a down payment than you have equity. You better be careful with that. You better be careful. I don't know what type of money manager you are. Remember, out of the 5 rules of gold, only one of them has to do with earning, right? One has to do with earning. The other 4 are with money management. Richest man in Babylon. 5 rules of gold. 1 has to do with earning. Other 4, money management. Money management is so crucial. That's defense. Okay. You get 50. That means you only get 10. Hold on. You sell 60, 140, 150. Yeah, that means, let's see, you got 20 profit. So you got all your profit. What I would do is I'll take that other 30 and put it on the loan. Depends. If you own the house, I would do that. If you don't own the house, I would keep that money in savings. Wouldn't touch it. Dinero and buys it. Okay, we did that. Dragon. Black people learning. They're cracking down. Dragon, you too. Al, TOD, transfer of death deed. Oh, man, that's above my pay grade. I don't know that one. Tanya, is it normal for me, the trustee, to show up on record, or did my title company mess up? What are you doing being the trustee? Tony, why are you the trustee? Your trust agreement, your trustee is supposed to be somebody else. Why are you the trustee? Oh, man. I do not round up. I do not want you, the trustee for these land trusts. You might as well just put the bullseye on your back, right? Because you're right there on title. Your trustee is somebody else with a different last name. Okay. Tony, I can't help you with that one. Yeah, but you are going to be on record. The trustee is going to be on record. Live free. Got some contracts from me. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting my mission, my friend. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm honored. I'm just honored. Edgar, don't you have to personalize the land trust depending on which county you're buying in? No, you can call it. I've named my trust the Centara Hospital Trust. I've named them the Little Family Trust. I've named them the Banneker Trust. I've named them all type of stuff back years ago when I had so many of them going. Then I'm like, I can't even remember the names of these trusts. I don't even know the name. I'm going to closing like, dude, I don't even know the name. I don't even know who the owner of my house is, right? That's when I'm like, you know what? I need to just do here we go. I need to just do the street number trust. That's it. The attorney, no. You determined the name of the trust, Edgar. Thank you. Thank you so much, De Niro. Thank you, Tonya. It's a typo. What typo? I thought you said you the trustee. Is it room for B? I don't know what the typo was. Oh, okay. That was a typo. All right, you better not be going on. Good God, Tony, I will come through this daggone camera on you. Round up. You better not be your trustee. I don't want you to be your trustee. Okay, I know better. What is it? I know better. You give me, man. You got my temperature up. That foolishness. Tony, I'm gonna get you with that. I'm gonna get my temperature up. Y'all see, I'm getting upset over it. I don't like it when I see this stuff. She messing with me. All right. D Brown, what up? So if you put it in a trust fund, I have no idea what type of fund it is. You don't have to claim that house as an asset if you ever got a lawsuit. I don't know anything about that, my friend. But you do have to claim it if you're going to put it on your tax returns. Jamon, name your trust after criminal organizations. The mafia or what name of it? What's the name of that dude? Tony, I don't know. Montana Trust. Edgar, how do I protect myself when I name someone else as a trustee? Can the trustee sell the property without my agreement? Absolutely. We went over that in detail. Edgar, your trustee can sell your house, refinance it, borrow money against it, collect the option fee or down payment. They can go owner finance it. Yes. So you better use somebody you trust for these trustees. And if you don't trust anybody, number one, I recommend getting some better friends. 2, I will be your trustee. You FedEx me the docs. I'm going to charge you $200. I'll sign it, drop it back in the FedEx. Why do I do that? Because I love you, man. I love you. I earnestly love you. I don't want you feeling uncomfortable about not having a trustee or not being able to trust your trustee. Okay, all the questions done. Round up. Thank you. Thank you. This has been an unbelievable class. Unbelievable class. This is my favorite class to teach. Subscribe to my content, to my channel. Round up. As we approach summer, I'm so looking forward to going to the beach. I don't know what's going to happen, but get your affairs in order. If I can help you, send us an email. We have our coaching program open. It ain't cheap. Okay. We're using social media to get leads. Share this content with any other investors. Who we got here? Private trust. I don't know about that. I don't know that one. Round up. Go to the link in the video description. Get my land trust document packet. It's half off for the rest of the month. Everything at krishaskins.com is still half price. Who knows what's going to happen in June? I have no idea. Okay, round up. Let me get out of here. We got the YouTube and Internet Marketing Masterclass at 4:30. If you want to join, just head over to Kris Haskins. You can join up. Some heavy hitters in there, guys. You're missing out. About 6 people. Dude's making a bunch of money. Like the content, share. Other investors. See you there, everybody.